Sri Lankan people are wonderful people. The support that they provide is second to none. A wicket that was certainly had its challenges, wasn't unbattable by any stretch, but it had its challenges, and I think we saw from both teams the way Maxi bowled with a new ball, and the way Tikshana in particular bowled was very impressive.
Andrew and Clash.
Thanks, Cole. Hey, Aaron.
Hello, mate.
Sorry, mate, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you.
In terms of building for the World Cup next year, which I guess part of this series is a large part of that, how important was a game like tonight?
Recording in progress.
You managed to get over the line in a tricky position?
Yeah, I think that's really important. We understand where our shortcomings come. It's no secret that we tend to struggle a little bit more in these conditions when they are turning big. So I think the confidence in the group to get over the line in a tight run chase, albeit only 160, I think was still really important. And Alex Carey played a really crucial knock there with Cam Green guiding us home. So I think looking forward, we understand that we've still got to continue to improve in these conditions. But yeah, these were quite extreme compared to what we might face in India, I guess.
Just to sort of extend from that, do you think you leave the tour knowing a bit more than you did when you arrived?
Oh, I think yes, in some parts yes, some parts no, because I mean the injury list piled up pretty quick, so the fact that we were making changes every game because of injuries was unfortunate, but it's part and parcel of professional sport. So I think some guys coming off a really big workload in terms of the summer and then IPL and then here, and others coming off a break where they've just been training and may not have had the match intensity might have contributed to that. But we still learned some lessons. But I think the key takeaway was that the partnership difference in the series was crucial. They had a couple of really big, important 100-run plus partnerships, and we just, every time we looked like we were gaining some momentum in the game, we just lost a wicket, and yeah, it was always a challenge, but yeah, still plenty of lessons to be learnt.
Cheers, Aaron. Big mate.
Lockie.
Thanks, Cole. Hey, Finchy.
Hey, mate.
We saw, I think we saw on social media tonight that Swepo was late scratching today. He was a bit ill. Can you just give us a bit of an update on him? Is it just looking like a short-term thing? Yeah,
it was just more of a stomach bug than anything else. He was picked in the 11, but unfortunately, come down with that overnight.
And just on that sort of final partnership there between Alex and Cam, must have been really impressive to see them kind of withstand that pressure and that spinning ball that you guys faced to get you guys home. Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen the ball spin from ball one quite like it did today. So the fact that they weathered some really good bowling, particularly Tikshana there, who was on fire towards the end, was really impressive. And I think that shows the valuable asset of having a batter at 8, an all-rounder at 8 with Cam's ability there to guide us home in what was a pretty twitchy run chase, to be fair. We knew that if we got off to a good start that we could control it a little bit more, but when you go 3 down in the power play, it always makes it a little bit more challenging. So a wicket that was certainly had its challenges, wasn't unbattable by any stretch, but it had its challenges, and I think we saw from both teams the way Maxi bowled with a new ball, and the way Tikshana in particular bowled was very impressive. And it's obviously a long way out, but how much of this series goes into planning for the 23 World Cup, considering it's going to be in similar conditions? Yeah,
I don't think the conditions will be quite as similar, to be honest. These wickets tend to turn a hell of a lot more than what India does, mate. And being at the start of the Indian summer, I would assume that the wickets are going to be pretty good and quite fresh, but you still have the challenges. And I think the more you can play in these conditions and the more you can learn about your own game plan against spin, especially starting your innings when you're obviously most vulnerable, is really important.
Thanks, Finch.
Cheers.
Josh.
Hey Aaron, congratulations on the win. Can I just get your thoughts on the support for Australia, I suppose, in the crowd, or the yellow shirts? What was it like to play out there with that sort of environment?
Oh, it was outstanding. The Sri Lankan people are wonderful people. The support that they provide is second to none. They're great cricket watchers. They're great supporters because it's not just constant noise. They ride the emotions of the game, and when Sri Lanka are up and about, that's as loud as anywhere you'll ever visit in the world. And we're very grateful that we've been able to tour here. We know the difficulties that Sri Lanka have faced in recent times, and hopefully over these 8 white ball games we've been able to provide some joy to people in the country.
And what's next for you now, mate? Your tour's done. What's next for you?
A little bit of home time, recharge, refresh, get my body right, and go again for the Zimbabwe series. I think that's the next thing we've got from a white ball point of view.
Cool, thank you.
Cheers.
Mal.
Sorry, Aaron, I'm late to this, so apologies if it's been asked, but I just wondered how significant are those conditions, do you think, for the guys staying on for the test matches to play in conditions like that?
Well, I was just talking to Kusal Mendes, and he assured me that the wickets will be very similar in the test series, so maybe it was a bit of a decent preparation for the guys who were staying on to play in the test series. They were certainly challenging. The amount that we saw the ball turning from ball one is I've probably not quite seen it that dramatic before, so it shows that I mustn't be a very good judge of a wicket, because I thought it was going to play the best out of all of them. It looked a little bit harder on top, but the cracks were a bit exposed and a bit frayed around the edges, but yeah, good learning experience nonetheless.
And Maxi's been called into the squad.
Yep.
Obviously he's played the tests he's played them in Asia, and he's done okay. If he was given an opportunity, what sort of impact do you think he might be able to have with bat and ball?
Oh, I think he can have a really big impact. I assume that will come down to Travis's fitness over the next couple of days. But I think what we've seen from Maxi, anytime he plays in the subcontinent, he's got so many resources with the bat. He's cagey with the ball. The pressure that he puts on the opposition just by being there, I think is something that gets overlooked at times. So they have to search so much to find some answers for him that can create scoring opportunities, that can release some pressure off a guy at the other end. So I've got no doubt that he will take his opportunity if he's selected in that starting 11.
Thank you.
Thanks Mel.
Looks like that was the last one, guys. Finchy, I'll be back shortly with Maxi as the embargoed release. So if you want to hang on the line, please do so.
Recording stopped.
And I'll bring Maxi back as soon as we can.
Cheers guys.
Thanks for your help, Aaron.